one of the least expensive weapons mountable thermal scopes. Here we go.
Baking pancakes, making bacon pancakes. Take some bacon and I'll put it in a pancake.
Hey y'all, welcome back. It's HansETX. Now, one of the biggest requests that I get from people out there is they want to get into thermal hunting, but they don't want to spend $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 to do so. They're really looking to get in it for the first time. Either that, or people out there that are looking for a great backup scope that they can use when buddies come out to hunt, like I do. I have people that come out to hunt with me all the time, and it's not fun if only one person has a thermal scope. So today we're going to be looking at, this is one of the least expensive weapons mountable thermal scopes that you can get. This is the Pulsar Core RXQ30V. Now we're going to be looking through the scope. We're going to look around it. You're going to get to see an image from it. But I will tell you this, this unit, it doesn't have all the bells and whistles. This is for somebody that just wants to go out there and thermal hunt. So, it doesn't have the internal video recorder. It runs off of just regular CR123A batteries. So this is, if you're looking for a great thermal scope, without all the bells and whistles, you're going to want to stay tuned to this review. But I want to take a moment to remind everybody about the Late Night Vision Show podcast. You'll be able to click right here and go right over to the podcast after this video, where you can check out reviews on a lot of different scopes. We're going to be talking about this scope soon as well. But it is the first and only podcast dedicated to all the night vision hunters out there. So click on that, take a listen to the podcast. You can listen to it through YouTube or through all of the podcast sharing services. Now we're going to get back to the review of the Pulsar Core RXQ30V. We're going to look at the features and specifications right now, and then you'll get to see through the scope. So we're back here on the Outdoor Legacy Gear website. We're going to search for the Core RXQ30V. And again, like you've seen in the past videos, doing some of the research, go through and looking at the features and specifications, but really want to show you a few things on here as far as the features of this scope. I always love to go, if I don't have the scope in hand, I like to go through and obviously look at the layout of the scope, the buttons, where the different functions are, but so you can go through and do several views of the scope. The price point on this is $18.99. Now, this is one of the least expensive weapons mountable thermal scopes that you can get on the market right now. So go through, you can go down here, check on the specs. It's a 384 by 288 thermal image. It's 17 microns, 50 hertz refresh rate, AMO LED 640 by 48 green tinted display screen. Now, we're going to talk about that, and you're going to get to see that later. But the screen actually looks different than some of the thermals that you may have seen. If you're new to a thermal, this will be brand new to you. But if you've owned a thermal in the past, this may look a lot different. But it does have a green tinted thermal screen in it. It's a 1.6 optical magnification, and it goes up to a 6.4 digital zoom. Picture-in-picture zooming. It's got two color palettes. It's got white hot and black hot. Has multiple reticle patterns. And also the one-shot zeroing to make it quick and easy to sight in the scope. And I've used this on this model and several of the Pulsar models. Very easy to use, quick and simple, and you won't have a problem with it at all. It's got the batteries. It runs off of two of the CR123A batteries. And I know when you purchase this scope from Outdoor Legacy Gear, you do get the free Pulsar QD mount included in with the purchase of the scope. So that is included in with the scope when you purchase it from Outdoor Legacy Gear. And it does have the defective pixel repair feature. That's something unique to the Pulsar brand. Never had to use it before, but I've heard that it works well if you have a pixel that goes out. So these are the features and the specifications. You can find this again on the Outdoor Legacy Gear website. This is the Core RXQ30V. Now we're going to take a look through the scope so you can get an idea of what it looks like when you're looking through the optical lens. All right, now, so I wanted to give you a chance to look through the scope. Now, what you're seeing right now, I'm going to warn you, this was taken with my cell phone holding it up to the viewfinder. So that's, the quality doesn't look as great as it does through the viewfinder, through the lens. The quality is much better, but I'm actually holding my cell phone up to the eyepiece on the scope. So that's why it doesn't look great. But I wanted to give you a chance to see what the green tint looked like. If you are used to using thermal, that green tint might be different than what you're used to. And you might think, well, man, that might throw me off. But what I found was it didn't throw me off at all. I liked it. It was really soft on my eye. So it wasn't it didn't cause a lot of eye pain or strain. I thought it was great. You know, whether it's in white hot or black hot, both of them worked well. But I wanted to give you a chance to look through it so you can see what that green tint look like. This is a deer at 50 yards. And again, please forgive me of the quality of it, because again, it is taken through my cell phone, just holding the cell phone up to the eyepiece. But want to give you a chance to look at it and look through the scope. All right, y'all. So you've seen around the scope, you've seen through the scope, you've seen what the features and specifications come with this unit. Over at Outdoor Legacy Gear, we checked out the things that come included in when you purchase the scope. So I'm going to talk a little bit about what I like about the scope. There are several things I like about the scope. The first thing is the price point. Like I said, a lot of people want to get into thermal hunting for the first time, and they're wanting to do so as least expensive as possible. But really, I like the green tint. It didn't bother me at all. So you know, that was something I was concerned about when Jason over at Outdoor Legacy Gear said he was going to send me the scope, and I was like, man, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get used to it. But I got used to it right away, and I actually really liked it. I like the twist cap in the front where you can just twist open for that lens. It doesn't have a pop open lens cap like some of the other Pulsars do. I really like that. It was just convenient, easy to use. So I really like the cover on that. The quality of the scope was good. I mean, for $18.99, I mean, it was a great image. I was very pleased with what I could see, the distance that I could see at, and just the overall resolution of the scope. So I thought it was a very good thermal image. When you purchase this scope from Outdoor Legacy Gear, it does come with the QD mount, which pops on and off real easy. I mean, this is a great, if you're wanting to identify, you can pop it off your rifle, you can look around, you can identify, and then slap it back on your rifle very quick and easy. So that QD mount makes a huge difference. And if you got a thermal and you're not using one right now, I would suggest definitely going over and checking out the Pulsar QD mount. Really, other than that, you know, it's a great solid scope. I really like the fact the price point is everything on this thing. You know, one of the least expensive weapons mountable thermal scopes. You know, what I didn't like about it, and I'm gonna be honest, there's not the things that I liked about it shouldn't influence anybody's decision not to buy it. You know, I really like the fact of a rechargeable battery pack, but I will say, you know, it does run off 2 of the CR123A batteries that are installed there. I just like rechargeable battery packs. It's just something I'm used to now. But back in the day, when there wasn't that option, I mean, that was all we had. So that wasn't a big deal. You know, it doesn't have an internal video recorder, but again, you know, you're looking at your price point, and people that want this scope don't want the bells and whistles. I get requests all the time. I want a scope, don't want the bells and whistles. I don't care about recording. So that, you know, it doesn't have the internal video recorder. Those are really just the only things. If you're looking for something that has a little bit more included in with it, more features, you're going to spend more money. You can find scopes out there that you'll get definitely more for the money. But if you're looking to get into thermal hunting for the first time, this is a great scope to do it. I really enjoyed using it. Got a chance, identified a lot with it. Again, I don't have any video of what you just saw because there's no internal video recorder. There's not even a USB port to be able to record through an MDVR. There's really nothing other than holding your cell phone up to the eyepiece. But the Pulsar Core RXQ30V, if you're looking for a scope brand new to the thermal hunting, want to get into it, it's as least expensive as possible. If you're wanting a backup unit to throw on a rifle if your buddy comes over, I would suggest this all day long. I've loved the scope, and you know, I'm sad to have to give it back because now I don't have an extra scope for when the buddies come over. So I appreciate you watching. Again, please check out the Late Night Vision Show podcast. If you have any questions about this scope, please comment to the video. There's going to be a link in the description where you can pop on over and check out this on the Outdoor Legacy Gear website. And again, if you have any questions, please just let me know, and I'll answer anything that you have to throw at me. So I appreciate it. Again, go check it out, the Pulsar Core RXQ30V. And as always, you can find me on Instagram at HansETX, you know, the Late Night Vision podcast, Late Night Vision Show. Please subscribe. I just hit 2,000 subscribers, and I want to thank all of you very much. We get a lot of great feedback on this show. A lot of people are commenting to the videos. You like what you see. So I do appreciate that. If you notice, I'm not out in the barn today, and it is 95 degrees outside, and that barn, I'm sweating like a stuffed hog. So I'm in the house, I'm in the office doing the review video today. So I appreciate you checking out. If you want to subscribe, all you got to do is click over here to watch more videos. Just click right here, and we'll check you out. We'll see you next week. Next week is Father's Day, so I'm going to take my oldest daughter, my 10-year-old Macy, out for her first hog hunt. So hopefully, keep your fingers crossed, we'll get some hogs in the bag. So we'll check y'all next week, y'all. And hey, remember, keep making those bank pancakes.